Hey guys, Sayian here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so, as we know, as we talked about today, we talked about the data download, we talked about the community response to this guy, but, you know, we are getting the Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta releasing on Global tomorrow. At the time that this video goes up, it will be 10 PM UK time, so the banner will be literally out in 7 hours, 5 AM UK time, which is midnight EST, 9 PM PST, I believe, currently. I don't think America's had daylight savings again yet, right? So this guy is certainly interesting. If you haven't seen the video that I made earlier about the community response and you want to leave your thoughts about this guy, obviously do go over there, check out what people are saying about him. I think maybe he's being a bit underrated. I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where his design is very much that, like, he wants to be used as a slot 1 unit, but against the hardest hitting bosses in the game, he's not going to necessarily be the best in slot 1. I know, like, post super he's significantly better, but we do have a lot of these events now, and obviously he doesn't have guard either, so there's a lot of events now. The one that comes to mind, I think it's the one Truth did his private server video on and people were complaining about it, with the STR Rose, who super attacks in slot 1 basically all the time, and his super attack does, I think when he's built up, because he gets hit like 8 times and then he gets a buff, his super attack does over 4 million damage, and he has type advantage. And I think he lowers defense on super as well. So he's like the worst possible boss for this guy to be slot 1 tanking against. But I don't know, it should be interesting to try him out. We'll see how we get on. But this video, of course, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, summon or skip for Daima Vegeta. Should you summon for him? Should you skip him? Now, this is an interesting one because obviously he is the first Dokkan Fest releasing, technically, we will say after the anniversary, right? They're counting it as part of the EX part. But we will be seeing this guy releasing still while the anniversary is technically going on, but 2 weeks before Saiyan Day. So we know that he's a 220 lead with 250 to HP. He's got a relatively good leader skill, like his team should be pretty good. He's on a lot of categories, but the big question is, should you summon for him? So when it comes to his banner, we do know, of course, that as one of these sort of quote-unquote filler Dokkan Fests, he is going to have the pity coins. So the more you summon for him, the more of these coins you get. You can trade 200 coins for a copy of him, which is the equivalent of doing 1,000 stones worth of multis. But of course, every SSR that you pull that you don't need, who's already rainbow, right, you can trade in for 3 extra coins. Now, the thing is, Global would get ticket packs for this as well. So if you're a spending player, then ticket packs are always a good thing for these banners. They allow you to, if you're someone who is going to spend anyway when it comes to a particular summon, it allows you to try out some summons with these tickets without using anything from your actual pool of stones. And then that means you are going to be able to save those for things that are upcoming. But of course, if you're free to play or someone who maybe just spends a little bit here and there, like you get the capsule subscription or something like that, tickets are not going to be a factor. So it all comes down to summoning on the banner and how valuable the banner is. Now, this is the screenshot that they showed in the producer letter for the Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta banner. And as you can see, they made a specific point of mentioning it in the producer letter that this is much earlier than usually scheduled. The Glorio and Daima Goku will be returning for the first time, which is certainly very interesting. Now, this unfortunately comes as kind of a little bit of a kick in the butt to anyone who decided to use their Shenron wish, or the Purunga wish, I should say, to get Glorio or Daima Goku, because obviously he's then coming, but they're literally coming back on a banner tomorrow and would have been available with red coins. Now, if you're someone who wouldn't have been able to get them with red coins or isn't going to summon on this banner anyway, then obviously that's not the end of the world. But yeah, I know some people out there picked Glorio with their wish and could have potentially picked like a dupe for one of the anniversary units instead. But obviously this is the thing now, going into the 10th year, things are different. Like I say, they said in the actual producer letter that these units are returning much earlier than scheduled. So based on the information that we had at the time, like, people did not think that these units were coming back until Golden Week, which is in April or May. I forget the timing. Is it April? So either way, these guys are coming back early. Now, they do add a significant amount of value to the banner because these are units that are both still very good, right? If we go over to the wiki here and take a look at the Goku, Goku leads Transformation Boost or Pure Saiyans and Accelerated Battle, so he would have the new Goku on his 200, the new Vegeta on his 200% team, whilst also being on the. Actually, no, he'll be on Vegeta's 170 because he's on Transformation Boost. No, wait, doesn't he go Super Saiyan 2 in his... Yeah, he goes Super Saiyan 2 in the active skill, so he's on Power Beyond Super Saiyan, so he'll be on the leader skill for the Daima Vegeta. And he is an interesting unit. He's kind of dodge or die against the toughest enemies, but he does have 50% chance to dodge. As the first or second attacker, he gets an extra 20%, so it is actually 70%. So he's still a very good character. He can build up, he can hit very hard. After he's dodged 5 attacks or starting from the 6th turn, he gets an attack buff and attacks effective against all types. But the great thing about this guy, ever since his release, is that he gets this stat boost on Super for 3 turns, but he raises allies' attack by 41% for 2 turns. So obviously he's going to significantly buff the allies on the next rotation as well. So Goku is still very good. I think he's underrated a little bit, maybe because a lot of people just didn't summon for him because it was before the anniversary, or people who dropped a few stones like didn't get him, or people only have him at 55%. But he is very, very good. And then of course Glorio, who's the one of the two that I did pull at the end of last year. Glorio is very, very good. He has the demonic power 200%, and then accelerated battle or battle of wits 170 with Dragon Ball Seekers plus 30. So Vegeta's on his team as well. He is he on Vegeta's team? He's not a transformation boost character, is he? No. So he's not on Vegeta's team, unfortunately. But this guy is crazy. He was the best TUR in the game on release, like by far. He is giving a crazy amount of support if he's in slot 3. It's 50% attack and defense for 3 turns. So on the double Glorio team, he's giving 100% defense and attack all the time once you get both of the Glorios floating, which is incredibly good. It makes up for having the lower leader skill, right? Like if you were to run a unit that has a 200% lead on his team but is only getting 170, he's more than making up for it by the ridiculous amount of support. And then once he's done attacking, even at 55%, this guy can get so many attacks off in 1 turn that he can be over 2 million defense, and he has an 80% chance to dodge after he's finished doing his attacks. So he's still really, really good. He obviously currently does not have a 220 lead because he's not on the Vegeta team. He's not on any of the anniversary characters' leader skills, but he's still very, very good. His team, the stocks for his team just keep increasing, right? Because running double of him and then having like the Daima Vegeta, the Daima Goku, some of the like crazy Gohans that are on demonic power 200%, including like the new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the anniversary, like Glorio's team is going to be looking super, super good. Having accelerated battle as well means there's a lot of Super Saiyan characters and Battle of Wits, like a lot of Vegetos and stuff that get to be on his team. Both of the anniversary 10-year Dokkan Fests, Gogeta and Vegeto, are on his 170 as well. And even though it's only a 170 lead, they're so ridiculously good that it doesn't matter. In fact, I think on the 7 years on Accelerated Battle as well, which is just even more. But like the Glorio team, it has a lower overall leader skill, but because of all the ridiculous amount of support, you could probably argue that with his leader skill and everything, he's still probably one of the best teams in the game. One of, right? Probably in that higher tier. They are not, the gods are not on Accelerated Battle though. That's interesting. I really thought they were. Are the Super Saiyan 4s on there? Where's the Super Saiyan 4s? Just checking them here now. I thought the gods would be on there. I thought most Super Saiyan... Yeah, see, the Super Saiyan 4s are on there, but the gods aren't. So that's interesting. The Super Saiyan 4s are on there. Super Saiyan 4 Goku's on there. Like, his team's just crazy. And then obviously Daima Goku is still very good. His leader skill is still very good. Transformation boost or Pure Saiyans is obviously good. Yeah, very solid. So these are the 2 units that we know about. Now, the interesting thing is, because that would always be shown on the image, there is no banner unit for Daima Vegeta, because he's not Daima Vegeta's in the data download, and that's it. So he doesn't have a banner unit, which is odd. And bearing in mind with these green coin Dokkan Fest banners that we've been seeing recently, like with Slug and Buhan, they're normally 10 featured units, which is not great, but there's going to be 7 other featured units on the banner. I wouldn't be surprised if Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is on there because he's getting his Super Easy A The GT Super Saiyans could be on there as well, because I don't think they are... they're not on any of the anniversary banners, are they? And if we go super physical in UR, I think they might actually be on Accelerated Battle as well. So they would kind of fit. It would make his banner kind of stacked with these characters that are getting these easy A's, and then would still be able to be potentially on his team. Although actually, no, he's got Transformation Boost, doesn't he? Not Accelerated Battle. They don't have Transformation Boost. They are on Accelerated Battle, though. So for the Glorio team, yet more of these characters that will work well together. Obviously, Vegeta is a gifted warrior, so he would be on the GT Vegeta, would be on Daima Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta's leader skill, just not on the... oh no, he is on Power Beyond Super Saiyan. I must have missed that when I looked at Goku. So Goku's not on his lead because they're not on Transformation Boost, but they are on Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So Vegeta will be on the full leader skill for this guy, the GT Vegeta. So, I mean, this banner could be very good. If it's got these three, the GT Super Saiyans and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, that's 6 out of the 10 featured units that are very, very good. We could even see, I think with these two it's very unlikely, but we could see another Dokkan Fest, like a previous one, returning like Roshi or Topo or something like that, which would add to the value as well. Would be kind of off theme, so I'm not too sure if that would be the case. And then remember, I had actually forgotten about this until I looked at the banner art, but not only do we have the pity coins, but the banner does also have the format where you do 2 multis, and then on the third one, you get a guaranteed featured unit. And that can happen 7 times. So for 150 stones, you're guaranteed a featured unit. If you were to do 7 rotations, that's 1050 stones. I mean, at that point, you'd already be at the pity. But it means you can get 7 featured units guaranteed. So that's the thing. There will be people out there where if you just want to throw 1 rotation at this banner and see how it goes, on that third multi, you will pull Daima Vegeta or Goku or Glorio, right? And then obviously, for all of those examples, there's people that will throw 150 stones at the banner and pull whoever the worst featured unit on the banner is. Maybe like an old Vegeta or something. But either way, the banner has the potential to be quite good, has the pity coins, has the guaranteed featured. Daima Vegeta seems pretty decent. Now, all of that being said, when it comes to should you summon on this banner or not, one of the big things you have to think about, I know a lot of people are going to be pretty tapped out for the anniversary. We're getting a few extra stones over the next couple of days with the thank you bonus and the new stages of content that's coming out. But you also have to remember that very soon, 2 weeks from tomorrow when this banner comes out, we will be getting Saiyan Day. And you have to remember that this Tech Vegeta, whilst he's kind of aged out now for the really difficult content because he's like a year old, this Tech Vegeta from 2024 and then this physical God Goku from 2023 Saiyan Day, remember when these 2 units came out, they were like the best TUR in the game on release. And the thing is, the Daima Vegeta, people do seem to have a very mixed response for him. And Saiyan Day having this sort of, I guess, tradition at this point of being a TUR that comes out and is at like the highest possible level, especially if we now know with the filler Dokkan Fest Daima Vegeta that the Saiyan Day character is probably almost certainly going to have a 220 lead, depending on who the character is going to be, because obviously at this point we haven't gotten any hints or anything like that, but they could easily have pure Saiyans or Super Saiyans or any kind of combination of that sort of thing for their leader skill, where they're giving a 220% lead, which means they could quite easily end up having both the 10th year Dokkan Fests, the Vegeta and Gogeta. They could end up having the gods, depending on the leader skill, or the Super Saiyan 4s if it is pure Saiyans. They could have the GT Super Saiyans. They could have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta with his Super Easy A, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like the Saiyan Day unit is potentially going to be the best TUR in the game again, with a really good leader skill, and it comes out 2 weeks after the release of this Daima Vegeta banner. So obviously when it comes to, if you're free to play or you don't spend a lot of money on the game, the best strategy is always to save for the really big celebrations like the worldwide and the anniversary. But if you are tempted to drop some stones along the way at other points during the year, the Saiyan Day banner is probably going to be better value than this Daima Vegeta, even though his banner has the Goku and the Glorio, who are of course very good red coin picks. This banner of course as well for Saiyan Day 2025 will be the first return of the Tech UI Goku as well. So not only will he be on the banner, but obviously he will be available with red coins. So I think when it comes to whether you should summon on the Daima Vegeta banner or not, I think a lot of people would probably be able to guess that I think this banner is a fairly easy skip. It's tough because like Glorio and Daima Goku coming back is a good opportunity to get them, especially with the guaranteed featured for every third multi. Daima Vegeta, like I say, I think is probably underrated. I don't think he's quite as bad as some people are making out, but like he's a unit that you definitely don't need to have. And chances are, with all the crazy Daima stuff that we're potentially going to be getting in the future, I feel like he's going to return on a banner. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Imagine if Worldwide was Daima related, because we've got even the adult version of this guy, not to mention all the different Goku stuff, the Goma, the final boss, like so much more Daima stuff to come out. This guy will return on a banner by the end of the year, and by that point have multiple other Daima units that he can be run with, potentially other 220 leads that he'll be on. I think I saw somebody sum it up fairly well that this guy could be really good as long as you're not running two of him, right? Like his team is going to be a solid team, but he wants to be in slot 1, which he might be able to handle in some situations, but being the main only go-to slot 1 unit on your team is probably going to be a bit of a risk. He does get a little bit of a buff in slot 2, and he still has 50% damage reduction, so he's potentially still usable, not in slot 1, but I just don't think as an overall unit, like with the overall value of him, he's not a unit that you have to have, not at all, right? So I think his banner is a fairly easy skip if you are a free-to-play player or someone who spends a little bit of money. If you're someone who spends a little bit, like you always buy the cheap ticket pack or something for these banners, then obviously you have your shot at getting him off of the tickets. And then, of course, if you're someone who does spend a little bit here and there, the ticket packs, if you do want to summon for this guy, could be worth it. Because, again, like you could end up pulling Gokus and Glorios, which would be quite useful. And, of course, they are very good for red coin picks as well. So, overall, I would say don't summon. I'm going to do a few summons. I'm not going to go too crazy. I could go all the way to Pity, but I don't think I will because then I'll have no stones for Saiyan Day. So I guess we'll see how those go. I will be live for when the banner comes out, so hopefully I'll see you guys there. I'll summon so you don't have to. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Will you be summoning for him? Are you going to try like the one rotation to see what you get? Or are you skipping it completely, seeing what Saiyan Day comes? The other thing I should have mentioned as well, of course, is by the time we find out who the Saiyan Day character is, this banner will still be up in the game. So it might not be out at the same time that the Saiyan Day banner then actually drops, although it may still be. But by the time we know who the Saiyan Day character is, you could then still summon for this guy if you wanted to. Although it does mean, you know, having a bit of patience and having to wait nearly 2 weeks. But I think it's worth it to skip for now. If we see the Saiyan Day character and it's not someone you care about at all, and then you want to drop a rotation or two on this banner, then you could do that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Will you be summoning for Daima Vegeta? Will you be skipping? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.